And today it's a doubleheader. It's Albert Lee softball against Winona from the turf field at the Hammer Sports Complex. Great facility, brand new for the girls this year. They've been enjoying playing home games. But it's a tough test tonight with Winona at 6-2 in the overall score record, 6-0 over in the Big Nine. And they're 7th in the state for Class 3A, ranked 7th, along with a couple of other Big Nine schools. Mankato West is ranked 4th, and Mankato East is 6th, with Sartell at number 1, and St. Anthony number 2. Chisago ranked 3rd, and New Ulm there between the Mankato schools before Winona comes in. So it'll be a tough test, as Albert Lee is 4-3, I believe, overall, and 1-3 in the Big Nine. So with undefeated Winona in town here tonight, it's going to be tough going. But in the Big Nine standings, you've got Winona tied at the top spot with Northfield at 6-0 in the conference. Northfield 9-2 overall, 8-2 for Winona. Mankato East is 5-2. 9-2 overall. Owatonna at 4-2. Mankato West 3-2. Rochester John Marshall 3-3, with Mayo coming in at 3-3. Then Red Wing 2-4. Albert Lee is 9th out of the 12 teams in the Big Nine at 1-3, just ahead of Faribault, Rochester Century, and winless Austin at 0-7. Tonight's sports boosters, an ever-growing list, and we thank them for their participation. Otherwise, of course, couldn't do these games. Doing tonight's game online only at kqprfm.com, as well as our Facebook site and our YouTube channel, Power 96. So you can see the game and hear the game there, video and audio. Thanks to On the Spot Appliance Service, Geneva Lumber Company, Mapleton Marine, Albert Lee Seed House Garden Center, Thompson Sanitation, Becker Auto and RV in Hayward, Freeborn County Solid Waste, Northbridge Mall, Derek's Preferred Auto, and T&W Towing. Let's talk with head coach, softball coach for Albert Lee. Softball, it's Derek Fleek. How you doing, sir?
Good.
So it's been a little bit since you played here. What was it? Over a week?
Yep, just about a week. The last game was with Red Wing.
Is that good for the girls? Did they need the break or what?
No, I think they just kind of scheduled because we got the doubleheader today and we got a doubleheader on Saturday to play, so it kind of breaks up the games a little bit, give them a little rest for the 2 games in a row.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's good because it is, and plus it's Winona and they're 6-0 in the conference and 8-2 overall, so they're near the top, about tied for first with Northfield for the Big Nine, and yep. So that'll be a tough go for you. Doubleheader today. How's things looking?
Everybody seems to be on the upbeat for it. They're ready to play. Everybody knows that they're a good team, so I mean we're excited. I know they got a good pitcher, so good pitcher and probably got some good sticks. So we're ready for the best, I guess. So that's about all we can go for.
Double headers, did that put a lot of pressure on your pitching? Because you usually have, 2 starters?
Yep, 2 starters, and we got 1 backup if we need it. So it should be okay, I would think. Just depends on how they throw.
And they play, what is it, just back, what do you get, a half-hour break between games?
Yeah, 20 minutes or so in between games.
And then right back at it, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, they're young. They'll get over it.
Yeah.
As we head down the stretch here, who are you playing this weekend?
Faribault. We got a doubleheader up in Faribault.
Okay, and they're at 1-4 in the conference, so winnable games there. But they're all winnable in the Big Nine because you all know each other pretty well.
Yeah, it's anybody's game once they show up. But it kind of helps to have some depth on the pitching or some good bats throughout the whole lineup.
Has everybody stayed healthy? You got all guns going tonight?
Yep, we've had a couple girls come down with probably just flu stuff, but other than that, we've been pretty healthy so far. And everybody's back, so that's a good thing. Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, let's hope for. It'd be nice to sweep Winona. That would put everybody on notice in the Big Nine. You're at home, and I love that new field of yours. That's turf field is really good. Do the girls like playing on that?
Yep. Everybody likes playing on it. You get a true hop on it, and not a bad bounce from bouncing off a rock that's on the infield. So.
And there's
likes it so far.
And there's no infield to manicure.
No, it's pretty easy cleanup.
I love that. That's great. And when it rains, it kind of just soaks right in, and it's not a problem as far as the infield. But I like the new digs. And, hey, we're going to pull for you getting a big doubleheader win tonight against Winona. Starts at 4 the first game, and then the second game to follow. And good luck, and we'll see you tonight.
Okay, thank you very much.
And we're underway here already with second batter up and a swing and a shot to first. Caught there. Nicely played by Matty Balf of Albert Lee for out number one. The game started with a bunt by Michaela Steffes, who is pitching for Winona, and up first. And on a throwing error from the pitcher, Phoebe Holst, she was able to get to second. She was safe, and then on to second. Here comes a shot to left that's going to score Steffes, and in safely at second base is batter Grace Fricky. So a single for her and allowed to go to second on the throw. Scoring was Steffes on the play, so an RBI for Grace. And here's a grounder right up the middle, and that's going to score a run. 2-0 quickly, Winona, with one out now. Only out that liner to first base by Macy McNally. Paige Grafton just hit the single that scored Fricky from second to make it 2-0. Couple of hits in an error, and all of a sudden it's 2-0 Winona. And like I mentioned in the pregame, they're ranked 7th in the state, so they're good. They're undefeated in Big 9 play, too, at 6-0. Ava Hamsund is up now, sophomore second base woman. That's a strike called. So she'll start out at 0-1. Their first pitch swinging here are the Winhawks. Already on our fifth batter of the inning. 2-0 Winona. Here on Power 96 online. That's a slow roller to first that Holst picks up and walks over to first to get the unassisted force out there at first. And out number 2, moving on to second base, is Paige Grafton. So another runner in scoring position now, but 2 out. Olivia Pullen is up, and she blasts one to left. It goes over third base, and that'll score the run, even though it's nicely played out there by Aaliyah Studier. And they get it in quickly, but on the base hit, scores the third run of the game. Paige Grafton coming in on Pullen's single. And it's 3-zip Winona. Before I can even talk about where we are online, and there's a steal of second unchallenged there for Pullen. Mackenzie Simmons is up. She is the 7th hitter to get up to bat here this top of the first against pitcher Phoebe Holst, catcher Lauren Fredrickson, Maddie Fleek playing third, Mallory Luring's at short, Morgan Luring at second, Maddie Balf at first, and around the outfield, Aaliyah Studier in left, Maya Telemontes in center, and Jai Malagaya out in right. The count is 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes to Mackenzie Simmons, and there's one that's high. Gets away from catcher Fredrickson, and on to third goes Pullen. Runner at third and 2 outs. The count is 2-2 to Simmons with Hannah Lee on deck. There's the pitch from Holst, and it's low for a ball, 3-2. Bit of a tough start for Phoebe. This is the doubleheader, of course, so we'll play the 7-inning first game, scheduled for 7, and then take about a half-hour, 20-minute break, and then get into game 2. That's a grounder to second. Nice play there to get the third out. Morgan Luring over to Maddie Balf at first on a 4-3 put-out. But they score 3 runs here in the top of the first to take the 3-zip lead on the State Farm scoreboard, which is brought to you by Agent Dave Klott in Albert Lee, 373-2377. You can call him, 106 South Broadway in Albert Lee. As I was mentioning, we're on KQPRFM.com with the live video and audio stream. We also have this going on our Facebook page as well as YouTube on Power 96. You can search for us there and You can watch it in any of those venues. We're not on the radio tonight because of senior nights. One last time, as they are in the penultimate night with Austin High on senior nights, and then Albert Lee tomorrow night, 5 to 7, with Reggie doing those honors there and doing a fine job of the last 2 weeks for senior nights. In what I believe, I don't know, I haven't checked it out, but it seems like it's our 15th year of doing that. We've been doing it for quite a long time at Power 96 each spring. So we get to our list of sponsors. Where did I put that? I'll have to find it before I can give them all to you again. But we do appreciate each and every one of them as we get ready for the bottom of the first. 3-0 Winona. And Albert Lee is going to bring to the plate Maya Telemontes, the sophomore center fielder, is batting first. Mallory Luring playing short and batting second, senior. Senior Maddie Fleek playing third and batting third. Maddie Balf is the sophomore playing first base and batting fourth. Batting fifth is pitcher Phoebe Holst, the freshman. Morgan Luring, sophomore, will play second base tonight and bat sixth. Seventh up is Aaliyah Studier playing left field, the junior. And then junior Lauren Frederickson, the catcher, will bat eighth with Jai Malagaya, sophomore right fielder, batting ninth. We have strike one to start things to Telemontes, and now second pitch. I'm blocked here. It's 0-2. I'm blocked from home plate by this pole, so I got to kind of lean. Maybe I just move a little bit, but then I can't see right field line. It's one or the other. I'll take the view of home plate first. There's a swing and a miss, and a 3-pitch strikeout to start things with Michaela Steffes on the hill, or in the circle, I guess it is, for softball for Winona today in the first game. So one batter, one strikeout for her, and a strike to start out the next batter, Mallory Luring, senior, playing shortstop, batting right-handed. And there's a strike called, so 0-2. 5 straight strikes out of Steffes, and she is firing. She's just not very big, but she's got a powerful arm there. That thing is zinging in there. Here she winds and fires, and that's fouled back to the over the concession stand as Luring hangs tough there at 0-2. 1 out, nobody on. Trailing 3-0 already here in the bottom of the first. Staffis ready to go. Fires at 0-2, and that one's high for a ball 1-2. First out of the strike zone for Michaela Steffes. And here's the 1-2. A little bit outside. Good eye. Makes it a 2-2 count. Here's the 2. Oh, she's not ready yet. 2-2 for Mallory Luring. Maddie Fleek on deck. And there's a strike 3 called. So starts it out with 2 Ks. Michaela Steffes will face Maddie Fleek, senior, playing third base. And the pitch is a little high, I guess. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 to third base girl Maddie Fleek, who plays her position quite well. There's a strike called. 1-1. Big crooked number up there on the top of the first for Winona with a 3 spot there. That is tough to beat when they come out of the gates firing like that. Swing and a miss for Maddie. Makes it 1-2. Maddie Balf is on deck. It's a ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs and nobody on for Albert Lee, and a swing and a miss. And she struck out the side, did Michaela Steffes. 1, 2, 3. And the scoreboard shows that after 1 inning of play, it's 3-0 Winona. State Farm scoreboard brought to you by Agent Dave Klott and Albert Lee at 106 South Broadway. Home, auto, life, health insurance, he's got it all there. Investments and banking as well. You can find him online also at daveklott.net. Thanks to Albert Lee Seed House Garden Center, Mapleton Marine, on the spot appliance service, as well as Thompson Sanitation, Geneva Lumber Company, Derek's Preferred Auto, T&W Towing, Northbridge Mall, Becker Auto and RV in Hayward, and Freeborn County Solid Waste for making this broadcast a possibility. We always appreciate their help, the Sports Boosters.
It's boat show time again, and this year things will look a little different. Hi, this is Josh with Mapleton Marine, and due to the pandemic and COVID restrictions, our annual boat show featuring Crestliner and Sanger boats, South Bay pontoons, and Hewitt and Pure Pleasure docks and lifts will not be happening this year. We are open and ready for business in Mapleton and ready to help you with your summer social distancing. Come see us in Mapleton and don't miss out on all the huge boat show specials going on now. Mapleton Marine on Highway 22 in Mapleton and mapletonmarine.com. After all, life is better on a boat.
Back here in Alberley at the turf field at Hammer Sports Complex for the first of two today online at kqprfm.com and also our Facebook page and YouTube, Power 96 on YouTube. Here's the pitch to start the second inning from Phoebe Holst to the 8-hitter, Hannah Lee, the senior right fielder. And it is not on the board yet. I didn't watch it myself. Here's the next one, swing and a miss. So it's 1-1 now, says the scoreboard. Alma Johnson, and then the top of the order for Winona. They batted 7 girls and scored 3 runs. 3 RBIs for Poulin and Grafton and Fricky. As there's a ball, 2-1. Phoebe looks in, right-hander, winds and fires, and it's a little low for a ball, 3-1. It's a decent day. The wind makes it feel a little cooler today. Most people have a light jacket on. Got the wind blowing from right to left, from right field to left field, not quite blowing out. As it's 3-2, it should be. It was 3-1, and she just threw a pitch. And it's a grounder, which Holst picks up just outside the circle and gets it on over to first base girl Maddie Bell for the out. 1 up, 1 down here in the second. On a 1-3 putout. Brings up Alma Johnson. The junior, no, I guess they are, who's 12? I don't even have a 12. Oh, yeah, it is, Alma Johnson. I had my thumb on her number. Alma Johnson, the junior first base girl, batting 9th. There's a strike barked out by the umpire, so it's 1-1 to Alma. Top of the order's next with Michaela Steffes. Sophomore who mowed down the Tigers in the first, bottom of the first. 3 strikeouts. It's 2-1 now to Johnson. Lefty Johnson acts like she wanted to bunt, but never really left. The bat never really left her shoulder. It's 3-1, as that was a called the ball. 3-1 to Johnson with 1 out, nobody on here. Top of the second. Phoebe delivers low and outside, walks Johnson. First walk of the game for Phoebe. And now the top of the order, Michaela Steffes, who reached on an error. She bunted, and a throwing error allowed her to reach, and then she got to second. There's a single right through the left side of the infield, which moves the runner Johnson to second, and Steffes is on at first with a single. Macy McNally is up next, sophomore catcher. She lined out to first base her first time up on a shot to Balf, who snared that one right out of the air like a hockey goalie. It's 1 down and 2 on now, first and second. And Phoebe Holst rocks and fires to McNally low. Grabbed there nicely by catcher Lauren Fredrickson to prevent base runners from advancing, and it's 1-0. Holst delivering the fake bunt there, and it goes right through the bat for a strike, seemingly. Of course it didn't go through. That would be David Copperfield or something. Doug Henning trick. I know, I'm dating myself there. I can't think of the guy. It was more recent as a swing and a miss. It's 1-2 now to McNally with Grace Fricky on deck. And the pitch is high for ball 2, 2-2. So you got Johnson on first, Steffes on second, 1 out, and the pitch. That's high. 3-2 to Macy McNally. Not a lot of seniors on this squad for Winona, even though they're ranked 7th in the state. There's a foul tip or knocked out of play at still 3-2. A couple of seniors on the starting squad here. Paige Grafton, the third base girl, and Hannah Lee out in right field for Winona are seniors. There's a shot in the air to center, caught there by Maya Telemontes for out number 2, and the runners hold at second and first. So McNally flies to center for out number 2 here, and Grace Fricky, the junior, is up, the left fielder. There's the pitch, and she swings and pops one right past, right around first base, and caught there by Balf nicely right down the line for out number 3. So 4 up, right, that 5 up and 3 down here in the second, but no runs, more importantly, for the Tigers, as that's a P3 for out number 3, and we are through an inning and a half with a 3-0 Winona lead, and Albert Lee coming to bat. State Farm Scoreboard brought to you by Agent Dave Klott and Albert Lee. Call him at 373-2377. He's got investments in banking. It's not always just about the insurance there, but they do have investments in banking as well. And you can check them out at daveklott.net. Well, for the second inning, it's going to be the 4, 5, 6 hitters for Albert Lee. That's Maddie Balf, the sophomore, first base girl, then pitcher Phoebe Holst, freshman, and sophomore Morgan Luring, the second base girl. Michaela Steffes mowed him down there in the first with Talamontes, Mallory Luring, and Maddie Fleek each striking out. So they got to get the bats going here. Down 3-0. Good to see them shut them down in that second inning after giving up the 3 runs in the first. And now they just got to get the offense going, do the Tigers. As here to the plate is Maddie Balf. And the sophomore right-handed hitter fouls one towards her own dugout down the third base side for strike 1. Oh, 0-1 to the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the second for Albert Lee, and that was low for a ball. 1-1. Now the breeze is blowing straight in from the outfield, so tough to get any distance on the ball today. It's not a horrifically strong breeze, but it's pretty steady out there. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. 1-2 to Maddie Balf. Phoebe Holst is on deck, the freshman pitcher. And then Morgan Luring, sophomore second base girl. There's a swing and a miss way out in front of that one. She pulled the string, did Steffes, and 4 up and all down by strikeouts from Michaela. Very impressive start to the game. And now Phoebe Holst stands in, the right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter, and she takes strike 1 from Steffes. You can tell your friends they can access this game, video and audio, at kqprfm.com. A swing and a miss at strike 2. 0-2 now to Phoebe. If you prefer YouTube, search for us, Power 96 there, and our Facebook page as well. That's a grounder to third, picked up there, and over to first, Paige Grafton to Alma Johnson, and that's 2 up and 2 down here in the second for Albert Lee, and Morgan Luring comes to the plate, as Albert Lee has not gotten anything going through the first 5 batters, all outs, but at least not a strikeout that time. Get the bat on the ball, that get things rolling here. Morgan Luring, second base girl, is up with a swing and a miss at strike 1. Should she reach, Aaliyah Stutier is on deck. That's way high for a ball. 1-1. Here's Steffes rocking and firing, and that's fouled back into the netting behind the plate for a strike. 1-2 to Morgan Luring. A ball and 2 strikes as Steffes gets back on the rubber, and then she throws one in there for a strike called, and that is 3 up and 3 down. Again, 2 strikeouts this inning, so 5 in the game for Steffes already. And a quick 1-2-3 inning for the second time for the Tigers. And after 2, it's 3-0 on the State Farm scoreboard, brought to you by Agent Dave Klott and Albert Lee. Call 373-2377 or go see him at 106 South Broadway in Albert Lee.
Hi, this is Mary from the Seed House Garden Center. Adding mulch to your landscape has lots of benefits. Your property looks tidy and you don't have to water or weed as often when you put natural mulch around your trees and shrubs. Mulch is a labor saver in every way. At the Seed House Garden Center, buy 4 bags of 3 cubic foot hardwood mulch at $4.99 each and get the 5th bag free. Albert Lee Seed House Garden Center, located on West Main in Albert Lee. Dirty hands, dirty knees, cleansed soul. The month of May was named for the Greek deity Maya.
Oh, we'll save that ad for the next time around as we are getting ready to go here. Third inning action. It's 3-0 Winona as we get to the top of the third, and the Winhawks will be batting their 4, 5, 6 hitters. Paige Grafton, the senior third base girl. The second base girl, Eva Hamsund, will bat second, and then center fielder Olivia Poland third. One of the 2 seniors is Paige Grafton, who's leading off here in the third. Last time up, she singled, had an RBI single, and scored herself in that 3-run first, which is all the runs we've had so far here. Top of the third starts with a pitch. Strike called to Grafton. Phoebe Holst, no strikeouts yet from the circle, but she does have 1 walk. And, of course, the 3 runs scored and started with her throwing error on the bunt to start the game by Michaela Steffes. That's fouled out of play down the third baseline. So 0-2 to Grafton. Phoebe just rushed that throw, I think, on the first bunt of the game there, and it skipped past Balf and allowed Steffes to get to second. There's another foul on the third base side. Still 0-2 to Paige Grafton. So 3 runs in the first for Winona, and Phoebe trying to get her first 1-2-3 inning. She had 5 up and 3 down last time. This one's blasted to left. It's over the head of Studier out there and into the warning track. Her throw back is in time to hold her to a double, but that's a stand-up double for Paige Grafton. 2 for 2 for her. And Ava Hamsund is up, out unassisted to roll her to first base in the first inning. Ava's a sophomore. She barely gets a hold on that one. Actually spins out of play. Foul to make it an 0-1 count. On the turf field here at Hammer Sports Complex. This is, by all accounts, great to play on as far as the players are concerned. And visiting teams here don't get to play on this too often, this type of surface, so they got to kind of get out there and get the feel for it. It's not the dirt they're normally playing on in the infields and grass in some places. It's all synthetic turf. There's a bunt. Grabbed there by Holst and over to first in time to get the runner there. But on to third goes Grafton. And now with 1 out, there's a runner at third. Nice play that time by Phoebe. Olivia Poland is up. She singled. RBI single in the first with a stolen base and was stranded at third that inning. That one's high, goes out of over the head of Fredrickson, but they hold the runner at third because it bounced right back to her from the backstop. 1-0 to Olivia, the freshman center fielder for Winona. Stands up in the batter's box. And that one again gets away from the catcher, but bounces pretty much right back to her, so it holds the runner, Grafton, at third. And it's 2-0 now to Poland with Mackenzie Simmons on deck. One down, runner at third, top of the third with a 3-0 lead. The threes are wild from Albert Lee. Unfortunately, they all favor Winona so far in this first game of the doubleheader here on KQPRFM.com. Power 96 on YouTube and our Power 96 Facebook page. There's a walk for Poland, and now runners at the corners. Second walk given up by Holst. Has yet to get a strikeout here with one out in the third. And Mackenzie Simmons will come up. That pitch is high. On to second goes Poland. Unchallenged for the steal. Second and third now with one out, and Simmons was out on a grounder to second her first time out. She bunts one down the third baseline perfectly. Fleek has to hustle and gets the out, according to the ump out there, and got some groans from the Winona crowd, but two down, and the runner did not go from third, so she's still out there, and still at second is Poland. So Grafton at third. 2 on, but 2 out after a nice play by Maddie Fleek. Grabbing that bunt with the bare hand and throwing her out just in time on a 5-3 put out for out number 2. Now Hannah Lee, who's the senior right fielder. Last time up, she led off the second inning with a grounder to the pitcher. And there's a bunt to Phoebe, who picks it up and throws it home and safely in because they got to get the tag down. Lauren Fredrickson tried, but some good speed out there for Grafton. She was running down the line on that bunt and scores. So it turns out to be a fielder's choice for Lee. Reaching on to third goes Poland. So it's first and third with 2 outs. There's a ball, skips through to Alma Johnson. It's ball one. Yeah, ball one, 1-0. 2 down. Runners at the corners. 1 run in this inning. It's 4-0 total for Winona leading. That's a strike called to make it a 1-1 count. Lee at first hasn't gone to second. Usually they will go on a sit that she's on her way now. They're not going to throw her out with a runner at third and risk another run in. So she's in safely. Second and third, 2 outs. The third steal for Winona. That one is a ball, I believe. Here comes Phoebe's next pitch, and that is ball 4. They had 1-1 on the scoreboard. I was at least at 3-1, but a walk is her third for Holst, and loads them up here with 2 down in the top of the third for the leadoff batter, Michaela Steffes. Reached on an error in the first and singled in the second. And here in the third, she starts out with a ball. Sun peeks through the clouds and warms everything up a little bit. And that one is out of the zone too. So it's 2-0 now from Holst to Steffes. And on a steal of home there on the throw back to the pitcher, which was high arcing. The runner at third, Poland, was able to score. Here's a foul ball down the third baseline. So 2 runs in this inning. It makes it 5-0 Winona. And at second base is Hannah Lee. At first is Alma Johnson. And still up is Michaela Steffes with a 2-1 count on her. And the delivery is ball 3, 3-1. Macy McNally on deck, and if she gets up, she'll be the 8th batter to reach this inning. That one's high, and a walk to Steffes. The 4th walk given up by Holst. Loads up the bases again with Lee at third, Johnson at second, Steffes at first, and Macy McNally up to bat. Ties her right shoe. Not always easy to do with the batting gloves on, but she's got it accomplished, looks like. 2 down, bases loaded. Here's Holst's pitch to McNally, and that is laced down the first baseline and foul. I didn't hear an umpire yell foul. It would be nice to make yourself known here. That was a close play. I kind of assumed it was fair if he didn't say it, but here's the 0-1. High for ball 1, 1-1. 8th batter in this inning is McNally. And the 1-1 count, and a swing and a pop. It's foul territory down the first baseline, and it bounces for a long strike there, 1-2. Giving chase out there was Morgan Loring out behind first and on the line there, but you couldn't quite get to it. So it's 1-2 with 2 outs and bases loaded. McNally is up. Pitch swung on and bounced to third. Fleek gets it over to Bulf for out number 3, and they limit the damage to 2 runs there on a 5-3 putout. And they bat 8 girls to get those 2 runs and make it a 5-0 game here after 2.5 in favor of Winona. And State Farm Scoreboard brought to you by Agent Dave Klott and Albert Lee. Call him at 373-2377 or go to daveklott.net for all your insurance, investment, and banking needs. No strikeouts for Phoebe Holst. The strikeouts are brought to you by Bleachers Sports Bar and Grill in Albert Lee. Boy, that sun is bright. Brought a tear to my eye. But Bleachers will sponsor the strikeouts by Albert Lee pitchers this season. Has been. We're going to get Phoebe to get some of those here in the coming innings. But coming up here in the third for Albert Lee will be Aaliyah Studier, Lauren Fredrickson, and Ajay Malagana, the 7-8-9 hitters who have yet to bat in the game, as the Tigers have been mowed down 1-2-3 in both of the first 2 innings, including 5 strikeouts for starting pitcher Michaela Steffes of Winona, and also grounder the third on a 5-3 putout. Phoebe Holst, the only one to put a ball in play for the Tigers so far, the first 6 batters. Studier leading off, junior, left fielder, right-handed batter. And the pitch from Steffes is high for a ball. 1-0 to Studier. 5-zip here in the bottom of the third. There's a swing and a miss. A little late on that one was Aaliyah. 1-1. The infield pretty much right in the base paths, even with the bags there. Swing and a miss by Aaliyah makes it 1-2. Lauren Fredrickson is on deck, the catcher. Tiger catcher, and then right fielder Jai Malagaya. 7-8-9 hitters here in the third, and the pitch is fouled back to the backstop. 1-2 still. Oh, good, a helicopter. Fly right overhead. Is that male one? Low for a ball. 2-2 to Aaliyah. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. 6 Ks now for Michaela Steffes. 1 out here in the third, and Lauren Fredrickson is up for the first time of the ball game. Starts out with a strike, 0-1. And a called strike 2. Oh, and 2 to Lauren Fredrickson. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. Number 7 of the 8 outs 7 by Kay and Jai Malagaya. The 9-hitter, sophomore, right fielder. Last chance here in the third for Everly. That's skied foul and out of play right behind us. I'm on the first base side. As Jai gets the bat back and steps back in deep in the batter's box on the right side there with an 0-1 count. She bounces one back to Steffes at the circle and over to Johnson for the out, and another 1-2-3. 3 1-2-3s in a row for the Winhawks defense. And the only balls put in play, third to first, Phoebe Holst out, and the second inning, and a pitcher to first out from Jai Malagaya right there for the third out here in the third inning. We're through 3, and it's 5-0 Winona. Dominating performance so far by Michaela Steffes, the pitcher for the Winhawks. We'll see what happens here with Albert Lee coming out here for the top of the fourth defensively. And scoreboard brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agents Dave Klott. Go to daveclott.net to find out more about home, auto, life, health insurance. Call 373-2377.
Are you thinking ahead to next year? Thinking about a new boat to enjoy during upcoming summers? Then stop what you're doing right now and head over to mapletonmarine.com and check out the Sanger line of boats, specializing in an adrenaline rush for fun, water skiing, surfboarding, and wakeboarding. This line is sleek and powerful, providing you with excellent pull. What are you waiting for? Check them out now at Mapleton Marine on Highway 22 South and mapletonmarine.com. After all, life is better on a boat.
We're in Albert Lee for a doubleheader today with Winona. The boys, the baseball teams are going at it in Winona with the girls here on the turf field. And it is a 5-0 Winona lead after 3. With the Winhawks coming up to bat here in the fourth inning. And they will have the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Grace Fricky, Paige Grafton, and Ava Hemsund, facing Phoebe Holst. Defensively, it's Maddie Balf at first, Morgan Loring at second, Mallory Loring at short, Maddie Fleek at third. Lauren Fredrickson is catching Phoebe Holst, while Aaliyah Studier plays left, Maya Talamontes in center, and right fielder is Jai Malagaya. Here's the pitch. Swung on and up the middle for a base hit. And it's one up and one on. Grace Fricky laces one right up the middle for her second single of the day. She also had a pop out to first base, but she had an RBI single in the first and scored a run, and then a single here in the third. That brings up third base girl Paige Grafton, a senior. She has scored 2 runs, had a single and a double of her own. And Phoebe rocks and fires. That is a called strike. Strike called to Grafton. 21. Holst delivers low, gets away from the catcher and down to second. Will go Freaky, and it's 2-1 to Paige Grafton. With Ava Hemsund on deck. Here's the pitch. It's bounced to third just past Maddie Fleek's glove and then grabbed by shortstop Mallory Luring, but had really nowhere to go with it. She thought about trying to chase down the runner going to third, but that wasn't going to work. So by the time she tried to throw to first, Grafton was already over there safely. And for Grafton now, 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a double. On to third goes Fricky, and it's first and third with nobody out here in the third. And there's a foul ball giving chase is Fleek, but not quite getting there in time. Ava Hampson is the batter, so an 0-1 count to her. Winona with 3 runs in the first, 2 in the third, to give us our 5-0 score here, top of the fourth. Nobody out, runners at the corners, and a lefty Ava Hampson is up, and she lets that one go, and it's ball, 1-1. 1-1 and the delivery. It's high for ball 2. 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. And that is swung on and blasted to center. It's going to fall in safely, go all the way to the fence. 1 run's in. And they're sending the second runner in with a 2-run double. Hamsund cleans up the bases there. 2 RBI double. And that'll make it 7-0 here in the 4th. And Olivia Pullen is up. Olivia's got an RBI single in the 1st, a walk, a steal, and a run scored in the 3rd. It's 1-0 to her. And she pops one. It's in the infield. Second base girl gets it. And that is Morgan Luring. That's out number 1. On a pop fly to second for out number 1. Still a runner at second now, 1 out. And Mackenzie Simmons, freshman shortstop, fouls one down the third base side. Strike 1. She's grounded to second, grounded to third. And the 0-1 called strike 2. 0-2. Phoebe working on a strikeout here. Be her first of the game. And gets it with a swinging miss there. No, and it gets away from the catcher. So she's going to be safely on, even though the strikeout does count. It's not an out. But runners at the corners now with 1 out. And the strikeout brought to you by Bleacher Sports Bar and Grill, with all kinds of great food and specials every weekday, and happy hour from 5 to 7 every weekday. Plus, there's all those 14 TVs with sports. On to second goes runner Simmons. So second and third now with 2 down, or 1 down here in the 4th. So on South Broadway in Abilene, Bleacher Sports Bar and Grill. Like them on Facebook. It's 2-0 to Hannah Lee. And the pitch is high. 3-0. Hannah has a grounder to the pitcher, and then a fielder's choice, and stole a base in the 3rd. 3-0. And she walks around 4 straight pitches. For Phoebe, that's walk number 5. And brings up the 9-hitter, Alma Johnson, who has walked twice. That's 3 walks for the 8 9-hitters combined, 3 of the 5. That one, a ball gets away from Fredrickson, the catcher, and a run scores from third. That is Hampson with the 8th run of the game. 3 runs this inning, 3 in the 1st, 2 in the 3rd. So now runners at second and third. As Simmons goes down to third, and Lee is at second. And it's Alma Johnson with a 2-0 count. And there's the pitch. Strike called. Still have 1-1 on the scoreboard, but I believe it's 2-1. It's the pitch. And it's high and outside for a ball. Well, they're calling it 2-1. We'll go with that. No, they do correct it to what I said, 3-1. There's a foul back into the screen. 3-2 to Alma. The 9-hitter in the Winhawks lineup with 2 walks already on the night, or the day. There's one in the air to third, and Maddie Fleek grabs that one right out of the air for the second out. A little floater to Maddie. We'll call it a line out, L5. 2 down, runners don't advance. Second and third now with 2 down. Top of the order, Michaela Steffes. She has reached on an error, had a single and a walk. First pitch to her is a strike. The 8th batter this inning is Michaela. And the 0-1 is hit right up the middle. Scores both runs. Second one coming in now, and sliding into second safely is Steffes with a 2 RBI double. And they've really blown the game open now with a 10-0 lead. Scoring is Simmons and Lee. 5 runs in this inning. 2 down. And the number 2 hitter, McNally, that's the 9th batter of the inning. They're going to have a pinch runner for Steffes. That is Savannah Moen, Jr. out there at second now. And there's a grounder to second. Luring picks it up over to Balf for the 3rd out. And Morgan Luring ends finally, mercifully, the 4th inning as they bat around to the Winhawks, scoring 5 runs and really blowing it open 10-0 here after 3.5. Scoreboard, State Farm Scoreboard, brought to you by Agent Dave Klott in Albert Lee. He's got investments, banking, auto, home, life, health, all kinds of insurance. You can call him at 373-2377. Excuse me, or go visit Dave at 106 South Broadway in Albert Lee. As we are between half innings here, and Steffes coming out to start her 4th inning of work with a 10-0 lead. And we thank our sports boosters, Geneva Lumber Company, Thompson Sanitation, Mapleton Marine, On the Spot Appliance Service, Albert Lee Seed House Garden Center, as well as Freeborn County Solid Waste, Becker Auto and RV in Hayward, Northbridge Mall, T&W Towing, Derek's Preferred Auto, as well as Bleachers Sports Bar and Grill and State Farm Insurance Agent Dave Klott. So 3.5 in the books. It's 10-0 here for Winona as the infielders meet in the circle, and now go back to their positions, and it'll be up for Albert Lee here, the top of the order, as they have not had a base runner yet. 7 strikeouts for Michaela Steffes and 2 ground balls, accounting for the 9 outs. 9 up and 9 down. And top of the order, Maya Talamontes. First of 2 games here. That's ball 1 to Maya. Mallory Luring and Maddie Fleek to follow here in the 4th, as the Tigers got to get something rolling. That's fouled behind the plate, but caught there by Winona catcher Macy McNally for out number 1. I'll pop up to the catcher, and Mallory Luring comes up. Strikeout victim in the 1st, as were Talamontes and Fleek, 1-2-3 in that 1st inning. There's a swing and a miss by Mallory for strike 1. It's a 15-run rule after the 3rd and a 10-run rule after the 5th, so we still have an inning and a half to go here before we can call a game early, and hopefully the Tigers can get some runs up there and avoid all that. It's 0-2 with 1 out. And a swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Mallory, and the 8th for Steffes. 2 up, 2 down in the 4th. Still no hits. Maddie Fleek steps in to the right-hand side of the batter's box, takes ball 1. Maddie struck out to end the 1st. And a swing and a miss late on that one for a 1-1 count. 3 runs in the 1st, 2 in the 3rd, 5 in the 4th for Winona. Stake them to a 10-0 lead here after 3.5. Bottom of the 4th, 2 down, nobody on, and a swing and a miss for Fleek makes it 1-2. The 1-2 is high for a ball. 2-2. Matty Balf on deck. Should Fleek reach? Two and two with 2 outs. Inside for a ball. 3-2. Stafford with 8 strikeouts, no walks, no hits. The pitch swung on and fouled down the first baseline. She got a hold of that one, did Fleek. And that is going to be a strike nonetheless at 3-2. Fleek steps in with a 3-2 count. Steffes ready to go. Winds and fires. Swing and a miss. That is the 9th strikeout for Michaela Steffes, and another 1-2-3 inning, and she still has the no-hit going through 4 with a 10-0 score here. And State Farm Scoreboard brought to you by Agent Dave Glott in Albert Lee. Call him at 373-2377 and check him out online, daveclott.net.
Have you been having problems with your dishwasher, stove, washer, or dryer? Call Orrin Mortensen with On the Spot Appliance Service. With over 30 years experience, Orrin does repairs for all major household appliances and commercial cooking products, including fryers and grills. On the Spot Appliance Service is warranty authorized for most major brands and is a local LG appliance servicer. Don't let your wannabe handyman fix a problem and make it worse. Call Orrin Mortensen with On the Spot Appliance Service anytime at 256-8099.
Are you paying too much for garbage collection? Call Thompson Sanitation today at 256-4370. You'll learn why to make the switch. Thompson Sanitation is locally owned, keeping your money in our local community. They offer garbage disposal and roll-off service with competitive prices and the best service around, too. And it's so easy to change. Start your service today. No BS with TS. Call 256-4370 to get the best service at the best prices in the area. Thompson Sanitation. Be loyal. Shop local.
Back here in Albert Lee with a 10-0 Winona lead in Game 1 of the doubleheader on KQPRFM.com, on the Power 96 YouTube page, and also our Facebook page. I should say YouTube channel. As we head to the 5th inning, 10-0. If it stays 10 or more runs lead, Albert Lee could be in their last at-bats here in the bottom of the 5th. 10-run rule. There's a base hit off the glove of Fleek. That was a hot shot. We got to give her a base hit for that. As that was Grace Fricky leading off the 5th here with the single. And brings up Paige Grafton, who's 3 for 3, 2 singles on a double, 3 runs scored. And that one's too short and misplayed a little bit, and safe at second is Fricky, and it was Mallory Luring had a hard time coming up with that one. If she had, it would have been an easy put out at second. I don't think they would have got the double play. So we're going to give it an E6 on that one, allowing everybody to be safe there. 2 on and no out. And Ava Hampson is up. She had an unassisted grounder to third that Balf registered the out on. Then pitcher to first ground out. And also the double, the 2 RBI double last time up. Now she lifts one to left that's caught out there by Studier and in quickly for out number 1. Fly to left for 1 out. First and second, 1 down. Olivia Poland is up, the freshman center fielder. Singled an RBI in the first. Walked, stole a base and scored in the third. It popped out to second base in the third. And there's a strike called for the first pitch to Olivia. Phoebe Broxton fires, and it's a 1-hopper to short. And a nice job picking it up there by Mallory Luring. Gets it over to Maddie Fleek to force out the lead runner and tagged her just for safe keeping there. But it was a 6-5 put out for out number 2. And now first and second, as there's a roller right up the middle, and that should score a run. It does, as Maya Telemontes gets it in quickly. But on the run from second was Grafton. She scores. And up now, Hannah Lee. RBI single from Simmons. And that one is ripped to center in the air, though. Should be caught. It is by Maya for the 3rd out. So they do get a run, but the damage is held to a minimum there with the pop-up to center field. Still no strikeouts for Phoebe. And that ends the top of the 5th for Winona. We go to the State Farm scoreboard, and it's 11-0 now. Winona, and Albert Lee's going to have to come up with a couple of runs in the bottom of the 5th, or we'll get ready for that second game. And State Farm scoreboard brought to you by Agent Dave Klott and Albert Lee at 106 South Broadway. He's got investments in banking, too, not just insurance, although the insurance is great as well. You know State Farm and all the quality that goes with that name. And DaveKlott.net online. Well, it's the bottom of the 5th now, and Michaela Steff is working on a no-hitter. 9 strikeouts in her 12 outs. Just a pop-up to the catcher, a ground ball back to Steffes in the circle, and a grounder to third. The only times that Albert Lee's been able to put a bat on the ball here. Other than that, it's been strikeouts. Maddie Ball, Phoebe Holst, and Morgan Luring will try and keep Albert Lee alive, but they got to get a couple of runs here in order to do it. And the pitch is blasted out there. The first hit of the game to the gap in right, and it's a double for Maddie Balf to start the 5th. That's what I'm talking about. But they're going to have to score her and another run here to keep the game going. As Phoebe Holst is up. Phoebe was the one who grounded out to third. This one is to the gap in left and goes to the fence, and it's going to score Belf and another double. So back-to-back doubles, and the RBI goes to Holst as Belf scores, making it 11-1. Morgan Luring is up with nobody out. Bottom of 5. Morgan, strikeout victim in the second. Takes strike 1 here in the 5th. Well, another double, and we'll see more play go on here. There's the wind and fire. That's low and gets away from the catcher, and down to third scampers Phoebe Holst. So she's more than ever in scoring position now to make this game go a little farther. 11-1 is the score, and it's a 1-0 count as Steffes delivers, and I believe that was high at 2-1. I have 2-1. They have 2-0 on the scoreboard. Luring gets the bat on it and sends it to right field. It gets past right fielder Hannah Lee, and to the fence there. The run scores, and she is in with a stand-up triple. The ball gets away from the catcher, and she's going to score on that error. She will be credited with an RBI triple to extend the game, since they're not down by 10 anymore. And then she scores on the E. Whoever threw that ball, it got away from everybody. So the run scores, and it's 11-2, or 11-3 rather, as she knocked in Phoebe Holst. And now Aaliyah Studier is up. Strikeout victim in the third. Swing and a miss for her, a strike 1. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Albert Lee with 3 runs in. 3 batters up, 3 runs in. On a double. A pair of doubles on a triple. Well, you put their backs to the wall, and they came out screaming here with a double, triple. 0-2, and she swings and hits one, second, and in time to get her at first on the 4-3 put out, and there's one out. Lauren Fredrickson is up, a strikeout victim in the third. Steph is facing trouble for the first time, cruising through the first 4 innings with 12 up and 12 down, including 9 strikeouts. But here, a struggle in the 5th. A double, a triple, 3 runs in. Now the first out, and it's 0-1. 0-2 make that with a swing and a miss from Fredrickson. 11-3, bottom of the 5th. 1 out, nobody on for Albert Lee. Lauren Fredrickson, the junior catcher, with an 0-2 count, and that one's low for a ball. 1-2. The 1-2 is high for a ball. 2-2. Jai Malagaya on deck, the 9-hitter. In Derek Fleek's lineup. 2-2 now with 1 out, nobody on. 3 runs in for the Tigers, and that's low for a ball. 3-2. Michaela has yet to walk anyone. And the pitch is a swing and a miss for strikeout number 10 for Michaela. And the second out of the inning. And Jaime Lagaya will come up, the sophomore right fielder. Nobody on here. 2 outs, 3 runs in. So there's ball 1 to Jai, and she will dig in deep in the batter's box. Steffes fires, swing and a miss. She was late on that one, and it's 1-1. The first of 2. The sun is shining now here in Alberley. And a swing and a miss to go to 1-2 for Malagaya. Steffes delivers and a swing and a miss. And a strikeout to end the inning. But Alberley gets 3 runs there in the 5th to continue the game at 11-3. The 11th strikeout for Steffes in the game. State Farm scoreboard shows 11-3 after 5. And Agent Dave Klott is sponsoring the scoreboard action this year with auto, home, life, and all kinds of insurance, as well as investments and banking at 106 South Broadway. Call 373-2377.
Are you considering remodeling or maybe building new? If so, you need to talk to Tate, or you could just ask Josh. They're both professionals, and you can find them at the Geneva Lumberyard just off I-35 in Geneva. The Geneva Lumberyard is your full-service lumberyard and home design and drafting center. For your next project, stop in or call the Geneva Lumber Company at 256-0045 and talk to Tate, or just ask Josh. That's the Geneva Lumber Company, open Monday through Friday to serve you.
It's boat show time again, and this year things will look a little different. Hi, this is Josh with Mapleton Marine, and due to the pandemic and COVID restrictions, our annual boat show featuring Crestliner and Sanger boats, South Bay pontoons, and Hewitt and Pure Pleasure docks and lifts will not be happening this year. We are open and ready for business in Mapleton and ready to help you with your summer social distancing. Come see us in Mapleton and don't miss out on all the huge boat show specials going on now. Mapleton Marine on Highway 22 in Mapleton and mapletonmarine.com. After all, life is better on a boat.
Back in Albert Lee, and it's 11-3 as we continue on here with some danger of...
The month of May was named for the Greek deity Maya, the goddess of fertility. Those Greeks were onto something. Everything is just popping with life. Birds, trees, baby rabbits, and the Alberley Seed House Garden Center. You'll find trees, shrubs, annuals, lawn seed, vegetables, flowers, patio pots, and much, much more. Come experience the effervescence this May. Alberley Seed House Garden Center, located on West Main in Albert Lee. Dirty hands, dirty knees, cleansed soul.
was saying, it's 11-3 here. Into the 6th inning we go with Alma Johnson, the 9-hitter. For Winona up to bat first, and she fouls one down the third baseline for an 0-2 count. Oh, and 2. And the pitch is up high. 1-2. 11-3. First batter here in the 6th is Johnson, who walked twice and then lined out to third base. Officially 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. Fouls that one again down third base side, so it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Phoebe Holst still in the circle for Albert Lee with a strikeout and 5 walks. 2-2 now to Johnson. And the pitch is grounded right up the middle. They left the middle of the field, the infield open, and she obliged by slow rolling one right through there for a base hit to start the 6th. And Michaela Steffes is up with a runner at first and nobody out here in the 6th of an 11-3 Winona lead. That was a bunt, perfect. It bounced right and stayed in there. Only went about a few inches out of the batter's box there, but a nice bunt single. Moves the runner, and she is safe herself. So first and second now with nobody out for Macy McNally. The pitch to McNally is a strike. She tried to bunt, or at least showed bunt, but missed the ball, and it's 0-1. 3 in the first for Winona, 2 in the third, 5 in the fourth, and 1 in the 5th before Albert Lee got 3 in the bottom of the 5th to make it 11-3. As Holst fires high for a ball. It's 2-1, I believe, to Macy McNally. They still have 0-0 on the scoreboard. And there's a bunt right to the pitcher. Phoebe throws her out at first, but the runners advance to second and third. So a nice sacrifice bunt for McNally. And on to second goes Steffes, to third is Johnson, and now Grace Fricke's up. Grace has an RBI single in the first, a pop out to the pitch to the first base girl in the second, and a single in the fourth, and a single in the 5th. So busy day. She has an RBI and 2 runs scored. Knocks that one fouled on the third baseline. Makes it 1-1. Ball on a strike, and the pitch is a foul back. 1-2 into the stands. Runners at second and third, and 1 out. 8-run advantage for Winona. It was 10, but Albert Lee cut into that. And here's the throw across from third to first, and they get the batter out for out number 2, but the run scores from third to make it 12-3. On to third goes Steffes, and on at first, they're out at first, I should say, was Fricke. So runner at third with 2 down, and Paige Grafton is up. Paige has 2 singles and a double, and reached on an error. She scored all 4 times she's been up. Takes ball 1 there. 2-0. She takes ball 2. I missed ball 1. 2-0 with 2 outs. And that one is nubbed off the end of the bat. Stays fair, and it's mishandled there by pitcher Holst and allows the run to score to make it a 12-3 game. So Grafton reaches on the error by Holst. And a runner at first with 2 outs. Ava Hampson is up. That was just a slow roller. It had a little spin on it, but Phoebe should have been able to pick that up and throw her out at first to end the inning, but it's extended by the misplay there. That's high for a ball. 2-0 to Hampson. She has grounded out to first, grounded out to the pitcher, 2 RBI double and scored in the 4th, and then flew out to left. It's 2-1 with a called strike. Here's Holst, delivers a grounder out to second, and Morgan Luring throws it over to Balf for out number 3 on a 4-3 putout. Then you get a couple more runs to make it 13-3, and Albertley again needs to score to keep it going here. And the bottom of the 6th comes around. And the scoreboard, 13-3 from State Farm Insurance agent Dave Klott at 106 South Broadway, with all kinds of insurance for whatever you need, as well as investments and banking. And he's there online too at daveklott.net.
Have you been having problems with your dishwasher, stove, washer, or dryer? Call Orrin Mortensen with On the Spot Appliance Service. With over 30 years experience, Orrin does repairs for all major household appliances and commercial cooking products, including fryers and grills. On the Spot Appliance Service is warranty authorized for most major brands and is a local LG appliance servicer. Don't let your wannabe handyman fix a problem and make it worse. Call Orrin Mortensen with On the Spot Appliance Service anytime at 256-8099.
Are you paying too much for garbage collection? Call Thompson Sanitation today at 256-4370. You'll learn why to make the switch. Thompson Sanitation is locally owned, keeping your money in our local community. They offer garbage disposal and roll-off service with competitive prices and the best service around, too. And it's so easy to change. Start your service today. No BS with TS. Call 256-4370 to get the best service at the best prices in the area. Thompson Sanitation. Be loyal. Shop local.
13-3 as we start the bottom of the 6th. The Tigers are up at the top of the order. Maya Talamontes, who struck out in the 1st and then popped out to the catcher in the 4th. Albert Lee was getting no hit until they scored 3 in the 5th, starting out the inning with a double, and a triple. But there's a strikeout to start the 6th here for Albert Lee, and that is the 12th K for pitcher Michaela Steffes, who had a no-hitter through 4. But was roughed up a little bit last inning. Now Mallory Luring is up, who she has struck out twice. They need a run here, or there'll be 10 runned in 6. That's a blast off the first base girl's glove. Goes to the second base girl, Ava Hampson, who gets it to Johnson, who recovers nicely after that one deflected off her glove. And they get Luring on a 4-3 putout for out number 2. And Maddie Fleek is up. Struck out twice. Pitch, swing and a miss out in front of that one. So Steph has taken a little bit off of that pitch. No balls, 1 strike, 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th. Tigers trailing by 10, and a swing and a miss for Fleek. Be down to their last strike here. Game coming up here to follow on this doubleheader Thursday around Minnesota. That one's out of the strike zone for a ball, 1-2. And here's the 1-2 with 2 outs and nobody on. High for a ball, 2-2. Steffes ready to go. Maddie on the 2-2 pitch is a called 3rd strike for the 13th strikeout for Michaela Steffes. And we are through 6 with a 13-3 score. And I think that's it because it's 10 runs after 5. These umpires are very quiet. But I do believe that's the end of the first ball game here. With a 13-3 score, State Farm Scoreboard brought to you by Agent Dave Klott in Albert Lee. Call them at 373-2377 at 106 South Broadway in Albert Lee for all your insurance needs. And we had about a 20-minute break or so between games. So we'll hear from our great sports boosters here and then be back with game number 2 of this doubleheader on KQPRFM.com, as well as Power 96 YouTube channel and on our Facebook page as well.
Hi, this is Mary from the Seed House Garden Center. Adding mulch to your landscape has lots of benefits. Your property looks tidy and you don't have to water or weed as often when you put natural mulch around your trees and shrubs. Mulch is a labor saver in every way. At the Seed House Garden Center, buy 4 bags of 3 cubic foot hardwood mulch at $4.99 each and get the 5th bag free. Albert Lee Seed House Garden Center, located on West Main in Albert Lee. Dirty hands, dirty knees, cleansed soul.
Are you thinking ahead to next year? Thinking about a new boat to enjoy during upcoming summers? Then stop what you're doing right now and head over to MapletonMarine.com and check out the Sanger line of boats, specializing in an adrenaline rush for fun, water skiing, surfboarding, and wakeboarding. This line is sleek and powerful, providing you with excellent pull. What are you waiting for? Check them out now at Mapleton Marine on Highway 22 South and MapletonMarine.com. After all, life is better on a boat.
Have you been having problems with your dishwasher, stove, washer, or dryer? Call Orrin Mortensen with On-the-Spot Appliance Service. With over 30 years experience, Orrin does repairs for all major household appliances and commercial cooking products, including fryers and grills. On-the-Spot Appliance Service is warranty authorized for most major brands and is a local LG appliance servicer. Don't let your wannabe handyman fix a problem and make it worse. Call Orrin Mortensen with On-the-Spot Appliance Service anytime at 256-8099.
Are you paying too much for garbage collection? Call Thompson Sanitation today at 256-4370. You'll learn why to make the switch. Thompson Sanitation is locally owned, keeping your money in our local community. They offer garbage disposal and roll-off service with competitive prices and the best service around, too. And it's so easy to change. Start your service today. No BS with TS. Call 256-4370 to get the best service at the best prices in the area. Thompson Sanitation. Be loyal. Shop local.
Are you considering remodeling or maybe building new? If so, you need to talk to Tate, or you could just ask Josh. They're both professionals and you can find them at the Geneva Lumberyard just off I-35 in Geneva. The Geneva Lumberyard is your full-service lumberyard and home design and drafting center. For your next project, stop in or call the Geneva Lumber Company at 256-0045 and talk to Tate or just ask Josh. That's the Geneva Lumber Company, open Monday through Friday to serve you.